Hello, everyone. Welcome to More We Talk. We talk football. And my. Chelsea Football Club just played a preseason friendly. This is a proper preseason friendly. And I'm happy about it. This game actually went very, very well, even better than I anticipated. And you see, there's this thing with haters, yeah? They started doing this thing that they call the 007 count. Just like, you know the fan base I'm talking about, yeah. They started doing the 007 count, and for each player, especially the new signings, they've started with Ekitike, they've started with Victor Gyökeres for Arsenal, and they thought they could do that to Chelsea. They actually thought they could do that to Chelsea. My boy Esteval William shut it down within 17 minutes and scored his first goal for Chelsea. I was like, whoa, okay, I'm game. And I just love the fact that we're being hated again. That's the Chelsea that we know. The Chelsea that every rival fan, once they just hear about Chelsea, oh, here we go again, Chelsea. But not only did Esteval score, not only did Esteval score, we also got a João Pedro goal. This guy is unreal. After his first game for us, his first starting game for us, I was in awe of this guy. I'm like, this guy has been hiding in plain sight in the Premier League. I'm saying it right now. We might have just we might have just done the best signing of the season, of the window. I'm telling you, this guy is unreal. He just can't seem to stop. Jackson, of course, didn't start. He wasn't even in the squad, and we all know what that means. My boy's out. My boy's on his way out. So, the game started, and it seemed very one-sided. And shout out to Cole Palmer, man. Cole Palmer, oh my goodness. Cole Palmer is a player. And I can't imagine with how good Chelsea are. Yes, it's a preseason, but there are still a few things to take from this game. With how good Cole Palmer is, you're thinking Xavi Simons could join this. Guys, that's scary, but not for us. That's actually scary when you think about it. And shout out to my boy, Esugo, my goodness. So I hear some people saying that he's Caicedo's clone. But this guy is good. I don't think he's as good as Caicedo, but he's good. Like, Chelsea is stacked. Yes, we may have to go into the market. Enzo Maresca said it after the game. That's because of the injury of Levi Colwell. So, personally, I don't think that was a good idea to say it public, because when you go publicly like that, you're also alerting other clubs that, look, we're out for a defender, and it's going to push them to inflate prices. Not like they don't already know, kind of, because I'm pretty sure a lot of them have seen the news about Levi Colwell, but it takes a little bit of pressure off when you don't go public like that. Anyway, the game starts and we are dominating this game. I'm loving everything Cole Palmer was doing. Cole Palmer I think that guy just is getting better and better, and I think we're going to see an entirely different kind of Cole Palmer this season. The one that everybody was talking about last season. I don't think we're seeing that guy anymore. We're seeing a new level. This guy is about to hit another stratosphere. I'm telling you. Anyway, the game starts and you could see a little bit of attempts, and Liam Delap, he had a few chances at the early start, and I must say he needs to work on his shooting. He needs to. Yeah, he's young. That's why I'm glad that we have a João Pedro, who will most likely be ahead of him. But Liam Delap, he's a good player. Take nothing away. In fact, I feel this season he's going to actually improve compared to what he was at Ipswich. What I don't know is if it's going to be Chelsea's standard, but he will improve. I know that. So, Bayer Leverkusen, they tried, but Chelsea was just too powerful. And in come the 17th minute, and there was an attempt. I think it was Liam Delap. I think, and he hits the crossbar, bounces back beautifully for Esteval, and Esteval slots it in, hits the ground, and bounces into the net. No stopping it. And I love his celebration, kissing the badge, knee slide. It was beautiful. Something you love to see. And after that, it was pretty much Chelsea trying to find a way, and I could see Leverkusen putting in a lot of bodies in their own 18. So most of the shots that were taken would either be off target or just hit a Bayern player. So another person that impressed me was Jamie Gittins. Jamie Gittins did well. He actually did well. He was good on the one-on-one. He was good on the break, and he did have an attempt. And like I said, always hitting, most of the time hitting bodies because of the choked mid 18-yard box of Bayern. And who else? Who else impressed me in that first half? I think that's basically it. So, as expected, being a preseason friendly, Enzo Maresca made a lot of rotations. Reece James didn't start. Enzo Fernandez didn't start. Caicedo didn't start. Pedro Neto didn't start. Even João Pedro didn't start. So, in the second half, there were some changes. João Pedro came in. They allowed some players have a feel of the game. Hato did well. Hato played, and he looked comfortable. I wouldn't say much. Yes, he's a 19-year-old, and this isn't Premier League. This isn't a Premier League side, but he did well. It was fair enough. I enjoyed his game, and you could see that in your face behavior about him. So I'm not really worried about that side, and I feel finally someone that would allow Cucurella rest, and in a way maybe even allow Cucurella actually go into the midfield, if you get what I'm talking about, because he can't do that. So the second half, the game was pretty much the same, and shout out to Tariq George. He did well, but I must say he did have a lot of wasted chances, but he will improve. He's a fine player. The potential is there. He will improve. So eventually our boys come in. Pedro Neto comes in. João Pedro comes in. There were some substitutions, and you could see that Enzo Maresca just wanted to. These guys, it's like a warm up, for the forthcoming season, and it's understandable why we don't have a lot of games, because of the Club World Cup that most of these players have been in, and we saw it all through to the very end. So, game continues, and before we know what's going on, there were attacks after attacks, crossing after crossing, and I must say, there were some crosses that weren't so great from Pedro Neto, even Reece James. There were some crosses that weren't so good. Achimpong came in. Achimpong did well defensively, besides that slip that he got. It just took my mind back to Cucurella's slip against Tottenham. So, before we know what's going on, there was a pass, and João Pedro sees the ball and he places it beautifully. He hit it hard, he hit it low. almost kind of like Cole Palmer's in the Club World Cup final. And he beats his man, he beats the goalkeeper, and he goes into the net, and we're 2-0 up. And I'm like in cloud nine. I'm like, what is going on right now? I just went straight to social media because I needed some tears, from rival fans. I needed some tears. So I didn't really pay much attention immediately after that goal. So there were bits of moments that I just raised my head up to watch the game and continue because I'm searching for tears. But all in all, it was a good game, good night out. And you know what I think about this Chelsea side? They've tasted blood and they're hungry for more. And I'm glad that this is the mindset. Sad about Levi Colwell, but we move. I'm glad. And especially with the new signings. I will make a video about Blue Coal because I have given them stick, yeah? But there's certain things that I'm still waiting to see. And when I see them, I will make that video. So, that's that. Nice game. We win a cup. And, sorry, Arsenal. We're just too good. You can't compare. You just can't compare. You see, when it comes to lifting trophies, that's our thing, Just step out the way, yeah? You get that? Yeah. All right, guys. It's late. I'm tired. I've had busy weeks. That's why I haven't been consistent with videos. But I will, now that the season is about to start. Have a great night. Wish you guys all the best. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like on your way out and subscribe. Please. This will help us, help the channel go a long way, and we will never forget it. Yeah. Thank you guys. Have a nice one. Good night.